Having a game-changing running back in today's NFL is fun and all, but you know it's even better when you have two game-changing backs.
Prescott looking, checks it down, Pollard on the edge, King, he tiptoes out of the tackle, sideways!
With that all being said, let's rank all 32 NFL RB2s for 2022 from worst to first. Number 32, Kyren Williams, Los Angeles Rams. In Williams' defense, the Rams' entire offense, especially their ground game, has been atrocious all season long. So it's tough to expect the rookie to come in and suddenly flourish after missing for the first half of the season with an ankle injury. The 5th-round pick out of Notre Dame came into the season with high expectations, but it really hasn't worked out quite yet. You know, even when he has been on the field. Tough to see him being anything more than a career backup at this point. Number 31, KEAONTAY Ingram, Arizona Cardinals. Eno Benjamin was doing very well as Arizona's number 2 behind James Conner, but the Redbirds surprisingly released him in November, so the rookie 6th-round pick out of USC, KEAONTAY Ingram, immediately moved up the team's depth chart. Very little game tape to go off of here, as Ingram was inactive for Arizona's first 5 games, and he's barely seen any action in the games he has suited up for. So we're gonna have to see more in order to move him up this list. Number 30, Rex Burkhead, Houston Texans. Burkhead was a serviceable weapon for the New England Patriots, helping them to a Super Bowl 53 championship in the 2018 season. But he's been sadly overused by the Texans in 2022. We know that rookie sensation Dameon Pierce can't have all the carries, but Houston should have found a better backup by now. Number 29, Matt Breida, New York Giants. Breida had that one good year for the San Francisco 49ers in 2018 when he rushed for 814 yards, but he's kind of been your average Joe ever since. Breida has bounced around the league and sees very little playing time behind Giant superstar Saquon Barkley. Number 28, DEON Jackson, Indianapolis Colts. The Colts haven't given Jackson much playing time, so it's hard to really get a read on him. Even in the games that Jonathan Taylor missed to injury, the Colts rarely feature Jackson. And when they have, well, the results have been mediocre at best. Number 27, ZAMIR White, Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders declined Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option and took White in the 4th round, strongly suggesting that they were ready to make a change in the backfield. But Jacobs has responded with the best season of his career to date. As such, White hasn't seen much work during his rookie season. Better times could be on the horizon for the former Georgia star, however. Number 26, JAMYCAL HASTY, Jacksonville Jaguars. Hasty just hasn't gotten enough snaps in Duval to show us what he can do. He didn't see much playing time in his 2 years with the 49ers either. So again, it's hard to really know what Jacksonville has in this guy. Number 25, Joshua Kelly, Los Angeles Chargers. Austin Eckler is one of the NFL's elite running backs, so, you know, Keller doesn't really get much attention in the Chargers backfield. But the UCLA product has looked pretty explosive when called upon to spell Eckler this season. Number 24, DONTRELL HILLIARD, Tennessee Titans. With Derrick Henry back at full strength, the Titans haven't had to use Hilliard much in 2022. But Hilliard and D'Onta Foreman kept the Tennessee ground game afloat while Henry was sidelined for the second half of 2021. So we know what the former is capable of with an increased workload. Number 23, Kenneth Gainwell, Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders hit 1K rushing for the first time in his career, and dual-threat quarterback Jalen Hurts is enjoying an MVP-like season. You get the feeling that a player of Gainwell's skill set would do very well as a starter in Philly's high-flying offense. But the real question is, will he ever get that chance? Number 22, CHUBA Hubbard, Carolina Panthers. Hubbard played well as a rookie in 2021, recording 786 yards of offense and 6 total touchdowns. After trading superstar Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers, Carolina started rolling with Hubbard and D'Onta Foreman. And while Foreman has handled the bulk of the carries, Hubbard has proven that he's capable of carrying that load as well. Number 21, Mark Ingram, New Orleans Saints. Ingram is the Saints' all-time rushing yards and rushing touchdowns leader. So, yeah, we'd say he was totally worth trading up for back in 2011. But age and injuries have definitely caught up to the 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, especially over the last 3 seasons. Number 20, Jaylen Warren, Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris is the workhorse back in Pittsburgh, so that obviously means limited work for Warren. Yes, Harris is a top 10 running back when he is on his game, game, but Warren looks like someone deserving of more carries too. Warren has been a quality pass catcher and he's shown an ability to burst through the line of scrimmage. Number 19, Leonard Fournette, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs handed their 2020 playoff hero a 3-year extension worth $21 million in the offseason, but they're probably wishing they had just went with a 1-year deal instead. Fournette just hasn't been productive enough as a runner, though he has somewhat made up for it as an effective pass catcher. The Bucs have since gone with rookie Rachaad White as their starter. Number 18, James Cook, Buffalo Bills. It was hard not to be excited when the Bills drafted the Georgia star with the number 63 pick in this year's draft. Remember when he put up 105 yards of offense against the New England Patriots in Week 13? The dude can play. It's just a matter of the Bills giving him more opportunities to prove that. Number 17, Zonovan Knight, New York Jets. Breece Hall was on his way to Offensive Rookie of the Year honors before unfortunately suffering a season-ending ACL tear. Michael Carter and James Robinson haven't done enough in his absence, but we love what we've seen out of rookie Zonovan Knight thus far. Knight has had some big games since taking over as New York's RB1 with Hall out for the year, and he looks like someone who could take on an increased workload if Hall isn't ready for the start of 2023. Number 16, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kansas City Chiefs. Rookie 7th rounder Isaiah Pacheco out of Rutgers has unseated CEH as the Chiefs' lead running back. It's really only a matter of time until KC cuts ties with their 2020 first-round pick, who simply has not come as advertised. Number 15, Alexander Mattison, Minnesota Vikings. Fantasy owners know just how useful Mattison has been over the years when Dalvin Cook was hurt. When Cook is healthy in 2022, Mattison's workload has dropped significantly, but he has been more than solid as the backup in many. Number 14, Latavius Murray, Denver Broncos. The Broncos lost Javonte Williams for the year, and Melvin Gordon was released because of fumbling issues. That's left Murray as the last man standing in Denver, and he's actually been serviceable filling in as the Broncos' main guy. But otherwise, he's been nothing spectacular. Number 13, RAHEEM MOSTERT, Miami Dolphins. Trade deadline pickup Jeff Wilson has taken over as Miami's new lead running back, meaning Mostert is now second in command in the backfield. Truthfully, Miami can't go wrong with either of them. Both have endured several injuries over the last 2 years, but either guy can rip off a big play at any given moment. Number 12, SAMAJE PERINE, Cincinnati Bengals. PERINE has found a nice home in Cincinnati as the Bengals' number 2 running back behind Joe Mixon. He's provided a rather seamless transition whenever Mixon has had to miss time, but he has been very reliable with the ball in his hands, and he's proven to be especially dangerous as a receiver. Number 11, Damien Harris, New England Patriots. Harris lost his starting job to Ramondre Stevenson in 2022, but let's not overlook the starlight performance he put on in 2021, leading New England back to the playoffs after a 1-year absence. Bill Belichick never seems to commit to one running back for the long haul. It looks like Harris had his moment in New England, but his production should help him land a nice contract and another starting job somewhere else in 2023. Number 10, Gus Edwards, Baltimore Ravens. Edwards has been a model of consistency when healthy, posting over 700 rushing yards in the 2018, 2019, and 2020 seasons. He unfortunately missed all of 2021 and most of the 2022 campaign, but when he is on the field, he has been a beast for Baltimore. He is as steady as it gets as far as backups go. Number 9, Elijah Mitchell, San Francisco 49ers. Mitchell spearheaded San Fran's rushing attack in 2021, stepping in nicely as the injuries in the backfield piled up. He had 963 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns in just 11 games, showing signs of future stardom. But the Louisiana product has been injured for the majority of the 2022 season, and the 49ers traded for All-Pro running back Christian McCaffrey to lead the backfield. Here's to hoping that Mitchell gets healthy and is ready for takeoff in 2023. Number 8, Tyler Algier, Atlanta Falcons. The rookie 5th rounder out of BYU has been a stud in Arthur Smith's offense. Lead running back Cordarrelle Patterson missed time with an injury, and so Algier was forced to handle a bigger workload in CP's absence. If Atlanta wants to cut back on Patterson's usage, they know that they can give Algier more carries. Number 7, Rashad Penny, Seattle Seahawks. It took the 2018 first-round pick a while to get healthy, but Penny finally broke out in 2021 with 749 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns in just 10 games. Sadly, he fractured his fibula in week 5 and was ruled out for the season. Seattle has gotten grade A production out of rookie Kenneth Walker III, who will assume the starting role for good in 2023. Penny will likely head to free agency, but his 2021 production should land him an opportunity to shine elsewhere. Number 6. A.J. Dillon, Green Bay Packers. You can make a case that Dillon and Aaron Jones make up the best rushing duo in the NFL. At 247 pounds, Dillon is a human bulldozer who easily trucks over defenders like they're bowling pins. Dillon perfectly fits the RB2 role in Green Bay, and it may not be long until he replaces Jones as the lead guy in that backfield. Number 5. Kareem Hunt, Cleveland Browns. Hunt won the rushing title in his 2017 rookie year. It's unfortunate that he got into some off-field troubles, which ended his tenure in Kansas City. He has done very well in Cleveland, but of course, there is no way of unseating Nick Chubb as the starter. Perhaps Hunt will get another chance to take over the backfield elsewhere in 2023 free agency. Number 4. DeAndre Swift, Detroit Lions. Swift is a fantasy football darling thanks to his two-way game. He may not put up the biggest rushing numbers, but he more than makes up for it with his work in the passing game. Jamal Williams' breakout 2022 season has bumped Swift into the number 2 role, although some might argue that this is more of a 1A and 1B situation. Number 3. Antonio Gibson, Washington Commanders. Gibson crossed 1,000 yards in 2021, but has basically split the workload with Brian Robinson Jr. since the latter came into the fold. Robinson has taken over as the early down between the tackles runner, and it seems to be working out well for him, although it wouldn't be a surprise to see Gibby get another shot at a starting job somewhere down the road. Number 2. Khalil Herbert, Chicago Bears. We fully expect the Bears to let lead back David Montgomery walk in free agency. Lucky for them, they have a high-end replacement ready in Khalil Herbert. Herbert and dual-threat QB Justin Fields have overwhelmed opponents with their prolific rushing attack. If Chicago proceeds like we think they will this offseason, Herbert won't be eligible on this list in 2023. Number 1. Tony Pollard, Dallas Cowboys. If it weren't for Ezekiel Elliott's mammoth contract, Pollard would be the number 1 running back in Big D by now. But no, Jerry Jones has to get his money's worth. Pollard has all the makings to be a perennial 1,000-yard rusher. Jerry and Mike McCarthy just need to give him that opportunity and install him as their starter. But until then, Pollard will remain as the best backup in the NFL. But who do you think is the best number 2 running back in the NFL right now? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.